Who's that? Commander Claw. Who's bad? Commander Claw. Welcome back to another episode of Commander Claw. I'm going to bring you 5 cards that I suggest you pick up for August 2023 for this new commander from Lord of the Rings. He is Sauron the Dark Lord. Right now, he is the #1 commander on EDH Rec this week. So let's get right into it. But I'm going to describe Sauron first. He is a Grixis commander. He takes 3 generic Grixis colors. He's an avatar horror. He has Ward, where your opponent needs to sacrifice a legendary artifact or legendary creature if they target him. Next up, he has a whenever an opponent casts a spell, amass Orcs 1. Then he has a third ability. Whenever an army you control deals combat damage to a player, the ring tempts you. Then he has a fourth ability. Whenever the ring tempts you, you may discard your hand. If you do, draw 4 cards. Now, Sauron the Dark Lord is a 7/6 creature. That is a 7/6 body. So remember, he can do some heavy commander damage. Next up we have is Pharaohs Statue. I know you didn't see this coming, but Pharaohs Statue's main purpose will be to tax your opponents. Is make spells they play cost an extra 2 generic mana. This will ultimately keep him on the battlefield longer, which I'm talking about Sauron, and be able to swing for commander damage. You want to slow down your opponents and create this separation and keep Sauron on the battlefield longer. Sauron's first 2 abilities are the beneficiaries of Pharaohs Statue. They want to target and remove Sauron. As an example, that Swords to Plowshares will cost 3 mana instead of 1, and they have to sacrifice a legendary creature or artifact. And most likely, the legendary creature they'll sacrifice will be their commander, unless they're playing just a Legends themed deck. Ouch. Next up, we have whenever an opponent plays a spell, it costs an extra 2 mana to play. And you get an Army Orc 1. You'll be slowing down your opponents while building an army, building a bigger body creature. Okay, heck, they may not even have enough mana to cast spells. So this is just a 2-way beneficiary stacks piece. Next up we have is Blood Mist. It is a 4 CMC enchantment, easy to cast. It says at the beginning of combat on your turn, target creature you control gains double strike until end of turn. Obviously we want Sauron to swing in with double strike so we can win with commander damage. Granted, he doesn't have the keyword abilities to make him a formidable Voltron commander, but the option is there. The option is there. And you can play this 4 CMC early. Then by the time you cast Sauron, he's already swinging in with double strike capabilities. And the best part about this card, it says target creature you control. So it doesn't have to be Sauron. It could be any other creature that you have on the battlefield. Alright, now it's time for some combat tricks. For 4 mana, 3 generic and a black, Asterian's Thirst. If you don't know Astarion, he is a Orzhov colored vampire elf legendary creature that has an awesome effect. He's that vampire in the back right hand corner of the photo. But anyways, this is an instant spell that says exile target creature. Put X +1/+1 counters on a commander creature you control, where X is the power of the creature exiled this way. And I love the flavor text here. Stop bleeding. It's distracting. Astarion the Decadent. Yeah, so this is a good combat trick. When you want to swing in with your commander, that's right, we're using Sauron, and your opponents, actually, you can choose any creature. You can target any creature. You can target your own creature. You can target a creature that an opponent plans on blocking. Or you can target a big beefy creature that another opponent has when you're playing commander. Okay? And put that creature's power and +1/+1 counters on Sauron. So, hey, get rid of a Blightsteel Colossus. That's 11 +1/+1 counters that's going on Sauron. Making him a 18... 17? Oh, man. Man, your opponents will not see this coming. This is a must-add. Alright, our final card for August 2023, when you're using Sauron as your commander, I have Brink of Madness for 2 colors, 2 black. It is an enchantment that is from Urza's Legacy, so it's old school. It's less than 50 cents. But it says, during your upkeep, if you have no cards in hand, sacrifice Brink of Madness and target opponent discards his or her hand. Let's read the flavor text here. The fool stopped me dead, but I built an empire inside my tomb. Carrick, sleeper agent. I don't know who that guy is yet. I'll look him up later. But anyway, back to the card. The reason why I'm suggesting this card is because Grixis colors usually play with wheel effects. So when you're using what? Nobody has Wheel of Fortune. Not everybody, but Wheel of Misfortune. What's the other one? Y'all know the wheel effects. Hey, eventually you're gonna have 0 cards in your hand if you're playing Grixis because you're trying to utilize all the cards that you have. So why not paralyze an opponent when you have 0 cards in your hand? And the best part about this is this triggers at your upkeep. So remember, your phases when you start your turn are untap, upkeep, draw. So when your turn happens, you untap all your permanents, your upkeep triggers, you have no cards in your hand. Hey, you choose an opponent to have no cards in their hands. Then you draw a card. So you will be up +1.